So guys, let's make a quick tutorial about 3D camera tracking in After Effects and basics of Video Copilot's Element 3D. So I'll just drag my footage here in the After Effects and actually drag it down into composition. So this is like basic DSLR camera footage here, and now I'll just kind of do a basic camera tracking. So I'll just go right click on my layer and go to the perspective and choose 3D camera tracking, and we'll wait for a while till After tracks this and solves the camera. So basically you can see it's the two-step process, and as you can see here it's kind of actually analyzing and tracking. So it kind of says that it's going to be less than a minute, so we will wait for a while, and afterwards the tracker will proceed to the step 2, which is camera solving. Okay. So it's around 50%, and further on we will make a simple cube in the Element 3D and a plane for casting shadows and so on and so forth. So just give it a time so that you can see actually how much time it takes. Okay, and we're almost there. The second step will last a bit shorter. So now it's solving the camera. And there it is, pretty simple. So if we scrub through timeline, we can see that we have like a bunch of trackers within all the different colors, and actually here what we need to do is actually choose as at least 3 trackers to set up our origin point and ground plane. And for me, I can see it's should be these 3 here. So I will just right click and choose to set up ground plane and origin, and I will right click one more time to create null and camera. Okay, so now we have our scene tracked, and you can see here under the layers the After Effects created a 3D camera and it created the track null. Okay, so now I will create a new solid layer. So you can do it by right clicking in your composition, or go here to layer and choose new solid. Okay, and I will name this solid layer element. Okay, so I will click OK, and I'll just right click on the layer, go for the effects, and under the Video Copilot I'll choose element. Okay, and first what we need to do is actually to enter the scene setup to actually make some primitives. And here under the tab create, I'll first create a cube here, and also click one more time to create a plane. Okay, so you cannot see plane because it's within a cube, so I'll just click on the plane layer and here increase the size of the plane. Okay, and also I will select the box model here and actually raise it up just to feels like it's sitting on a plane there. Okay, so I'll click OK, and now as you can see we getting our 3D object here. I'll just turn off the sound to be less annoying, and now you can see it's sliding a bit, and it's normal because we didn't set it up to be at the origin point where our track null is. So to do that I'll just briefly enter into the scene setup. So you can see now it's a group folder, and here it's the indicator that this is a group 1. So you can see that there is group 1 here in the element UI. Okay, so I'll just turn this off and open here a group 1, and here under create group null I'll just click create. Okay, so now as you can see the null has been created and it's called a group null. And so far I'll just want to select the track null, and with the control select group null and press P to reveal the position options. And so far I'll just click Control C and Control V to paste the position. So if I play back again, now you can see that the plane and the object are sitting where they should. Okay, so pretty good. And also, okay, so I'll leave it like this so far. And also now I actually need to set up some lighting in order to get the shadow. And as you can see, I'll just kind of right click here and choose a new light. I would prefer spotlight for this occasion, and make sure that the cast shadow is checked, and I'll just click it here. Okay, and for this spotlight I will also paste the position, okay, so that I can see, or to place my light where it should be. So now you can see it does not cast the shadows, so don't worry, there is tiny little settings there in Element 3D you need to check. And for that I'll just select this element layer, and here under the render settings I'll just kind of reveal this part of the panel, and there's the shadows here, so we just need to enable the shadows. So now you can see that we are having our shadow here. It's a bit of a jaggy, but actually you can increase the number of shadow samples, or maybe a map size for the shadow, or both. And also we can choose a blur radius here to make this shadow a bit softer and more natural. Okay, and the goal is to kind of cast the shadow over this live action footage, so it's kind of now looking right when it comes to light position, the shadow length, and so on and so forth. But now we need to tell the Element 3D that we want to see just the shadow, not the plane. So for that we'll need to enter scene setup one more time. Okay, and here under the presets, under materials, physical, there is a matte shadow shader, so I'll just drag over this plane and I'll click OK here. So now you can see we are getting the shadow or plane. I have some issues here, but I guess I'll solve that later. Just to let you know, there's also one cool setup that Element is having here, and this is a ambient occlusion. So if I enable it, you can see now that I'll just increase the intensity a bit so that you can see what it does, and also maybe a number of samples here as well, and I'll just decrease this intensity slightly. Okay, so now we can see that the shadow is kind of too dark, and that will set up not in the element but within the R light. So I'll just close it, and with the control I will kind of reveal all the functions for the light. And here there is a shadow darkness, so I'll just kind of decrease it to try to match it the other lights. So far you can see that I have a visible part of the plane, so I'll just increase this plane, but so far you can see now that it's kind of looking good. Okay, quite nice. So one more time, I'll select this element layer and just go here to select the plane, and actually I'll increase both X and Y sides a bit and click OK. So now it is solved, and we have like perfectly looking shadow. If we prefer, if this is our 3D object, so we can also enter scene setup, use some of the other element 3D materials that are available here. Okay, I don't know, something like this, or maybe something like this, whatever, or black gloss, whatever. I'll click OK. So now I can see we're having the material on our 3D model, and it looks kind of nice. Okay, this will be pretty much everything for this tutorial. Hope you enjoyed. Take care. Bye bye.